I've been at Roebuck Farm in Taranaki, New Zealand for a little over a week now. Taught a one-day workshop and then a four-day workshop here at the farm. And I've posted a couple of videos in this time. I've been obviously really busy that I haven't had a ton of time to post, but I've got a bunch of videos coming. And on popular request, I'm going to have a chat with Jody and give you guys the best virtual tour I can give in the shortest period of time. I'll talk to Jody, talk about what he's been up to over the last few years and what he's doing now. Alright, well, we just wrapped up a whole week of courses.
Done and dusted.
Smashed it out. One day and then a 4-day. And Jody, I wanted to just kind of talk to you about your farm in particular, what you've been doing, and where it's going. So, you haven't always been market gardening.
Nah, brand new.
So, where did you start? Was it the sheep? Was it your interest in animals that was the first thing you got into?
No, it was the work with Kay Baxter and John Jevons and the growing heritage seed.
Biointensive farming?
Yep, and then from there, really, we began to look at how we're going to deal with the outer acreage, and we started grazing, met a lot of local farmers, coached by them, started doing a lot of work with Darren Doherty, Joel Salatin, and just upskilling, reading, just chasing it. And then through a lot of the travelling and teaching, and in dry climate areas, most of the places I'm travelling, the teaching the gardening work, that gave me the opportunity to go visit graziers.
Yeah.
So you've been chasing the grazing, and your tour last year with Jean Martin really got me thinking. It's really inspired by the layout of Jean Martin's farm, your crop value rating, the fact you're growing less crops and less area. So yeah, visited you guys in August.
You were up in August, yeah.
Jumped straight into your production, and yeah, as soon as I was home, I realised I had 4 new greenhouses to put up. I worked out the layout of greenhouse cropping, and we're working on that still, and built the wash house for the event that we've just run.
Yep, awesome. So let's talk about this land itself. So how many total acres are we on here?
The home farm's 7 acres.
And that's including basically all the way to the ridges that we see around us, right?
Yep, the ridge, the valley, and to the waterway.
Yep.
And the leases with our grazing change, we were grazing up to about 40 acres during winter. We've downsized with that a little bit at the moment, but there's lots of opportunity to upscale there. So simplified our leases. I applied the crop value rating actually to my leases to look at what is it I want to get out of it.
Yeah, what's valuable to you and what's most important.
Yep, and been developing the new market garden. So we put tarps down. We've had the wettest summer we've had in 10 years.
Yeah.
2016 we had 3 meters of rain. We've already
3 meters of rain. So you guys in the US, that's 9 feet.
And what are we now? February 11. We've already had 450 mils this year. So that's
450 mils of rain, 45 centimeters. That's about 18 inches of rain.
Yep. After the longest day.
Jeez.
And so we're developing our new beds here. Now we're on a subsoil. The topsoil is pushed off. We're on a volcanic mountain ash. And so we've opened up the ground with the new 7-tine fork we've designed.
Yep. The Roebuck fork, we're calling it. The
tilther has been integral in just lessening the amount of work we do. All the impact work with the rake, we still use the rake for finishing work, but the tilther's just been gold. So we lay down plastic, November the 1st. Tarps, after grazing, then mowing the grass short. So this has been grazed up until 100 days ago, and mapped out 34 beds, 3 greenhouses through here, and also the location of the wash house. The tarps went down, and then we actually lifted them and got a plough, a rotary hoe, and we just busted the grass crowns, so 50 mils deep, and then laid the plastic back down. And we didn't have time or any heat units on our side, but just busting that 50 mil was 5 weeks till we pulled the tarps up. Then I put the tilther on beast mode with the Makita drill, and we actually just crushed we can see in this where this new greenhouse frame is, what we've been doing, we just crushed the dying grass crowns, and some of it we pulled out and composted, others we just put the tarps back down.
So I just wanted to ask about the land itself here. You know, you're in a hilly area. You've got the level area is the market garden, the seed garden in the middle. So market garden here on the side. This has been what you've developed over the last 100 days, or since you left my place. Basically, you started crushing this out.
Yep. We didn't start till 1st of November. I've been away.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of traveling in the year. So the all around on the ridges is where you've got them divided up into pastures, and that's where you're moving your sheep mobs around. And you've got permanent boundary fence around the whole property, correct?
Pretty much, yep. And
then you've got electric fencing to move them into parts of the just parts around here. And it's interesting because, you know, a lot of it's cool to see that you're grazing within the trees. And you and I have talked about this before, but I wouldn't mind if you could speak to, you know, a lot of people criticize holistic management or just grazing in general, that it wrecks trees. But your strategy of high density with the animals, short duration on the land, and a long recovery is proving that, I mean, your pastures are greener than anybody else around here.
Yep. When we have a dry spell here, we pretty much don't notice it. The trees on the other side of the fence here, Curtis, they're lacebark or hoheria. We planted them 10 years ago. We've never pruned them. So silver pasture or the savanna, it's one of the most regenerative ecologies there is.
And it's beautiful because it looks like they've been pruned by humans. It looks like they've been maintained in a nice sort of landscaping way, but it's the animals that are doing that.
Yep.
And of course, if you left them in there too long, then that's when they can wreck the trees.
Yep.
But you're only putting your animals on these for like 24 hours, and then they're on to the next paddock.
Yep. We'd prefer to do like twice daily moves if we had the time. It's all about aspect too. Some of our leases, there's no boundary fence, so we're just relying on electrics. Then you've got contour, you've got access, like some of them are further away. My trips away, last year when I was in Quebec and in Kelowna, I was away a month, and Tanya was looking after sheep at home. She's working full time in town and doing the lambing, so we've just got to stack everything. So that becomes part of the context with the rotational grazing as to what and where we are. But really, I never thought I'd be grazing everywhere. Yeah. We graze the back lawn, under our trees, right up to the garden. Everything's portable. So it's elastic, the area we're giving them each grazing session. It's more about, the first question is how long they're going to be there. The answer is as long as it takes. But we're trampling the surplus back to the ground, and the real thing to look for is the residual, like the trample and the placement of the manure when you exit the paddock. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool to see too, because you've got your own sort of closed loop fertility cycle now too, because you've got access to the manure from the sheep that you're turning into fertilizer and good compost here. That's all coming back into the soil.
Yeah.
So it's really neat to see this integration of sort of a whole systems approach applied to a market garden. It's exciting to see. So what can we expect next year when we come back?
4 greenhouses.
Okay.
Marketing direct to restaurant.
Yep.
House cow, that's on our radar.
Yeah.
House cow will be followed with pigs. I'm really looking forward to the Salatin model, the deep bedding, just having the animals do the work for us in terms of capturing fertility. And just more crops in ground. Really, I knew we had taken on a lot before this course, but it's difficult to push your production when you're building your infrastructures.
Yeah.
So we're going to really push before this winter to get our next 3 greenhouses up.
Yeah.
So tomatoes, thanks to you, Curtis.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, can't wait to come back.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thanks for coming down.
All right, Jody.